One of the underlying arguments for the Supreme Court justices who carried the vote was that we live in a race-neutral society. And research like yours proves over and over and over again that while race-neutral might be the aspiration, it is not our reality.
Right.
So how do we get over this hump where now we're supposed to believe we live in a race-neutral society when we have, proven over and over and over again that racism is alive and well and has real life implications for people of color every single day, especially Black people?
Well, I answer it this way because I've talked a lot about the Supreme Court decisions, and remember that most of American history, it was legal to discriminate.
Yes.
Legal to discriminate.
Yes.
So hearing what the court feels about us is nothing new.
That's right.
Nothing new.
That's right.
We still have to keep pressing on.
That's right.
And from a legal standpoint, we still have to understand that there is an argument. What do you do with a population that's been discriminated against, regardless of your race or ethnicity? You still have to deal with injury. I mean, when 9/11 victims were injured.
Right.
I'm not getting a conversation about reparations, but just to make the point.
Right.
When 9/11 victims are injured, we found resources.
Right.
When businesses had to shutter for the pandemic because of our social distancing, we found the resources.
Right.
Now, there was another type of social distancing that occurred for generations. We should find the resources. And now, this what drives me nuts about these conversations, because I don't always make economic cases for equity, but because there's a moral imperative. Sure. I mean, I don't want to ever, but there is an economic issue here. Black people represent about 14% of the population, but only 2% of employer firms. If the share of employer firms matched the population, we would have 800,000 more businesses in the United States. Millions of people hired. Trillions added to the economy.
Yes.
GDP increases. Innovation.
Yes.
Like, we cut our nose, well, not we, because I don't put myself in that camp, but there's a lot of people who cut their nose to spite their face every single day in the name of white supremacy or whatever they want, merit or whatever they want to call it.
Right.
But we still have to understand that we got to keep pressing on. One of the studies I'm proud of is on business development. We scraped all the Yelp data from businesses all across the country. And then we did, again, controlling for spending power, education, all of that. And we found that Black, brown, and Asian-owned firms actually score as high, if not higher, on Yelp than their white counterparts.
In terms of quality of the
experience.
experience.
Quality. However, they get lower scores and less revenue when they're situated in Black neighborhoods. So the perception of the neighborhood is influenced the perception of the business. Why that's problematic? Because one, if you're a quality business, you should be rewarded as such. When you're not, you're forcing high quality businesses to compete with low quality businesses.
Yes.
You're getting less revenue. But more importantly, our elders had a saying for this. They would say, our ice is just as cold. Our ice is just as cold. It holds up empirically.
So are you saying that we do not live in a meritocracy? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, no, we do not. I mean, that's pretty clear. But the thing is, that hasn't stopped us from being our best. The work that I do today is a result of many researchers who are a lot better than me doing that work 30, 40 years ago. And I get to wear nice fancy suits, sit on luxurious couches.
That match your suit,
That match my suit. Because someone put in the work.
Yes.
They put in the work.
Yes.
And we got to put in the work.